Slow progress is better than no progress. Understand that. Tunnel vision. Stay locked in. I'm letting you know that just because you had a bad week, don't let it trick you into think you have a bad life. The reality is a stranger will support you before your close friends will. Yo, YouTube, we are back. Day 9. We are still going strong. We are still pushing. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all for showing up. Because guess what? I did. Let's get right into it. So today, let's talk about what people think versus the reality of things. A lot of people think that just because you're doing something, that people have to support you. But the harsh truth is they don't. Unless you're showing somebody something, unless you provide some type of value, people don't owe you anything. It's what you expect for, your family members, close friends, people that you know, your associates, to automatically show you love and support you. But even them, they don't. They don't have to. They're not obligated to. Your job is to provide value. Your job is to make somebody feel what you're saying or what you're doing. Have an emotion attached to whatever you're doing so that people can feel your energy, so they can feel what you're doing, so they can sense some type of connection between whatever you decided to bring to life and your customer. You have to make it relatable. People have to understand what you're doing. They have to find some type of value in what you're doing before they decide to support you. And believe it or not, the closest ones that you know are not going to be the ones that's going to make you get rich. It's going to be the strangers. You want to know why? For one, the reality is a stranger will support you before your close friends will. A stranger will, put money in your pockets before somebody close will. And let's talk about this real quick, right? This is just the reality of it. One of your close friends can see what you're doing, knowing that you're on track, right? But because it's you, won't show you love. That same friend will see another stranger or a celebrity do the same thing you're doing and show them love. Why won't they show you love? I don't know. Do you? I don't. It's weird. It's weird. They will literally show someone else love that's doing the same exact thing you're doing, but won't show it to you because it's you. I don't know why. I don't. But that's just what it is. You can't let that discourage you. Your job is to show up, provide value, give people a reason to support you, because it's never going to be the ones that's closest to you. It's never going to be the associates. It's never going to be, the family member. And if it is, it's because they genuinely really rock with you. But even the ones that really rock with you or, support you may not even show you love. How many times have you posted your business online and how many of your friends actually reposted it? But once their favorite rapper posts a new album, guess who's posting it? Your close ones, your friends, your family members. As soon as a celebrity posts their birthday, or they got a new album coming out, or they got a new business doing, they just dropped a new merchandise for their business, or whatever the case may be, they're gonna repost it. But when it's for you, they not. I mean, I don't know the exact reason why, but I can, come to senses. I can come to a conclusion on why. Because it's not cool to support you yet. You haven't provided any type of value. You haven't, sustained any type of substance or any type of, weight in the game. You haven't been qualified yet. So people may feel like if they support you too early, you may not get the job done. A lot of people feel like they might be messing up their credibility by showing you love because you haven't proved yourself yet. You got to prove yourself. And how do you do that? Show up every day, provide value, stay consistent. You fight through adversity and you're real and you're genuine. And when you portray that, sooner or later, people have no other choice but to support that. It's not easy, but if you stay consistent, you'll see a difference. A lot of times, too, people don't support you because you're not consistent. You may post one day, and the next time you post is next week. Where's the qualification there? Where is the determination there? Where is the consistency there? When it comes to putting yourself out there, the biggest thing is being consistent. You don't got to be perfect, but you got to show up. You got to be consistent. Every day is not going to be your best day. You can still make the best out of that day. You can still be productive. You can still get things done. It's not about being perfect. It's about being present. When you stay consistent for a certain period of time, people start to catch on. and they start to see what you're really about. If you go a week straight and then you stop and people don't hear from you again for another week or another month or a year, they can't rely on you. You're not consistent enough. They don't know what to expect. You may do something one day and then they don't hear from you. So how can they support that? How? How can you support something that's not consistent? How can you support something that is not constantly showing up? Because the real supporters are going to be waiting for you day to day, week to week, month to month, on when you post or when you put out new stuff or when you're just putting out things in general. They want to see it. They want to feel it. They want to understand it. They want to connect with it. And you got to ask yourself that question. Are you providing these things? Are you providing these things for them to feel, to see, to connect with? It don't matter what you're doing. Whether you're an artist, whether you're an athlete, whether you're a chef, whether you sell candles, whatever you do, you have to be consistent. You have to show the inside out. You have to show the behind the scenes. Like, you got to make people feel what you're doing. You got to tell people about your product. Convince them on why they should be aboard. You got to show them that. If you don't give them a reason to, they're not going to. And if you don't show your belief within your product, nobody else is going to believe in you. It all starts within you. You got to make them believe based off of how you are with your stuff. For example, for me, if y'all don't know by now, I'm a clothing brand owner. I own Sitchyville. That is my clothing brand. Anything you see me do or post online revolves around my clothing brand. I'm marketing right here. All the above. There's not a day that you'll see me without wearing Sitchy. You know why? Because I believe in me. I believe in my brand. I feel so confident in my brand that I wear it every single day. You won't catch a day with me without wearing it. And what that's done for me, when you wear something consistent, it brings curiosity. People start asking, what is this? Why do you wear it all the time? And I'm a walking billboard. I've gotten so many sales just from me wearing my stuff all the time, and people wondering, why do you keep wearing the same logo but different colors? Why is it the logo that you keep wearing repetitively? Because that's me. I believe in it. I believe in my brand so much that you have to believe in it by default, even if you ain't rocking with it. And then when I tell you the story, it's another thing. You're gonna connect to it. So, just by me being a walking billboard, I've gotten so many sales. I've, connected with so many people. Just from me wearing my stuff. Just from me believing my stuff. And me doing that, you're forced. You have no other choice but to believe in it. If you see me in it every day, I'm telling you something about how I feel about my brand. I'm wearing my brand faithfully, consistently, all the time. You won't see me without my brand. And you can ask anybody since I started. All I wear is Sitchy. And that's all I'm gonna keep wearing. Because I believe in what I do. I'm confident in what I do. And I'm giving you a reason why you should be confident and getting the same piece of merchandise as well. It's not just a clothing brand, it's a statement. I'm giving people hope. I'm giving people motivation. I'm inspiring people with my message. I'm letting people know that if it's a cloudy day, the sun's going to shine again. It can't rain forever. When negativity occurs your way, you instill that positive mindset, you can overcome anything. I'm giving people hope when they have doubt. I'm inspiring people when they need that spark, when they need that oomph. Put the battery in their back. I'm optimistic. We all need that at some point of our life, if not day to day, because that's what I did. And, through my message, I'm changing lives. After I've already told you my story, this is no longer just a hoodie. It's a statement. It's a belief. It's real. You can feel the energy when you put it on. It's an energy changer. It's an energy shifter. It's not just when you provide value with your things, they're more than just a piece of cloth, a piece of fabric. It's more than that now. Because I'm giving you hope. I'm inspiring you to be the best person. I'm inspiring you to believe in yourself, even when you don't believe in yourself. I'm inspiring you to believe that just because you had a bad day yesterday, don't mean tomorrow can be better. I'm letting you know that just because you had a bad week, don't let it trick you into thinking you have a bad life. Stay consistent and things will change. Stay positive and things will change. That's what I'm all about. But I say that to say this. If you don't believe in your product, how can somebody else? How can you get someone to believe in your stuff if you don't believe in it? So this goes along with anything you're doing. You got to believe in it. You got to wear your stuff like it's that. You got to showcase your stuff like it's that. And even if it's not, merch, a piece of clothing, if it's not like apparel, whether it's candles, light them things every day, all throughout the day. Record it. Let people know why you're lighting these candles every day. Let them know what type of feeling or type of vibe you give with those candles. If it's the food, if it's some soul food, if it's some food that, just has a deeper meaning behind how it's supposed to make you feel, let people know that. Remind them. Make sure they don't forget it either. Make the non-believers believe. That's your job before anybody has to quote unquote support you. No one is obligated to support you. You have to provide that value and show up. Make people believe. Make the non-believers believe. You have to be so good that, it's hard to overlook you. That's how hard you got to work. You got to be so good that if someone was to hate on you, it would say more about them than it says about you, because some things are just undeniable. And that's what you have to be. No questions asked. Your work has to show. And once you get to that point, you unleash a different beast within yourself and for your supporters. You're going to have people supporting you left and right that don't even know you, but can feel your message. And that's what it's about. Connecting with people, making them really feel, what you have. Feel that energy. Make it more than what it is. And that's your job. If you don't provide that, don't expect people to support you, because they won't. You haven't given them a reason to. Until you do, they won't. And when you think about it, a lot of people say, oh, my friends don't support me, my family don't support me. Yeah, they don't. And it's for various reasons. Many reasons can go behind that. One, they just honestly don't like you. They hating on you, been hating on you, and they don't want to see you win. That can be that's one of the most legit reasons ever. Another reason, they can like you, they don't want to see you do better than them. Maybe that friend is doing something as well. I got a business going, but they don't want to see you do better than them. So they refuse to support you. I know, it sucks, but guess what? It is what it is. When you're doing your job, when you're showing up and staying consistent, you ain't got to worry about the friends or the family supporting you, because you have so many strangers doing that for you already. And trust and believe, God will find a way to get them supporters to you. Believe that, because I've witnessed it firsthand. Them customers will be there. Those supporters that you need will be there. But it's your job to stay consistent. And if you don't show up, don't expect any of that. But just know there's a reward to staying consistent, showing up, and being genuine. But it's up to you. You got to do that. You need to know that the main thing you need to understand when you're doing anything, you're starting anything, your job is to start off with the confidence already of knowing that what you have, people need. And once you can portray that to the world, then you're automatically forcing that energy onto them. Automatically. If I'm providing something to the world and, I'm showing you confidently why you need it, you're going to want it. You're going to need it. You're going to give into that, because you have to show up. You have to be consistent. You have to give people a reason to support you. You have to provide some type of value. You have to make whatever it is relatable, make people connect to it. You have to allow them to understand, give them something to understand, to connect with, to feel. On an emotional level, why they should be rocking with you, why they should be buying from you. That's your job to do. And until you provide this type of stuff, don't expect no support. Don't expect any of that. It'll come, but there's certain things you have to do to get there. It's not gonna come like this. A lot of times it can definitely be frustrating, especially when you feel like you're working hard and it's not being showcased or it's not being shown, and you expect, your close ones to be supporting you, and they're still not supporting you. Here's what you need to understand. Don't go into this looking for straight support, because when you do that, you're going to get your feelings hurt. Your feelings will be hurt. You'll see how your close ones will support somebody else doing what you're doing, but won't support you because it's you. It'll hurt. But when you come into it already with the mindset of not expecting any type of support, you build that tough skin already. Because when you're not expecting it, you tend to work harder because you want people to. And it'll come naturally after that. But your job is to show up, like I've been saying. And being consistent and giving people something to, you know, to want. Have some type of value to it. Have some type of background story. You got to give people something to relate to. You got to make them feel like they need it. Create some type of urgency behind it. Create some type of fear of being left out. That's what you got to do, because people want what they can't have. That's how the world works. When it's something that they want but they can't have, they want it even more. So when you can create that emotional feel with whatever business whatever, service you provide to the world, it's gonna be a piece of cake, because they're gonna need it, and then they're gonna feel like if they don't have it, they're being left out. That's the level you have to get to before you start worrying about, oh, my friends don't support me, my family don't support me. You haven't given them a reason to. You haven't given them anything to support you with. It's a learning experience. Just understand the biggest takeaway from this is come into the game with whatever you're doing without expecting any initial support. The support is going to come after you do your job. You got to do your job. And that job is to stay consistent, consistently showing up, doing what you need to do, providing value, and making people feel what you're doing. Making sure you're creating this emotional connection so that they can feel what you're doing. And like I said, God has a mysterious ways of showing and bringing the right people to you. Even when you least expect it. You can go from having no supporters at all, but when you stay consistent, you'll start seeing a whole bunch of random people showing you love, reposting your stuff, asking to buy. And you're like, whoa, where'd they come from? It's going to be a great feeling, especially from the people that you least expected it to. It's going to happen. But like I said, your job is to be on your P's and Q's, doing what you need to do. Don't worry about nothing else. Stay locked in, stay focused, and do what you need to do. Everything else is going to work itself out. You just got to do your part. When you do your part, everything else will work out. But you got to make sure you're staying consistent and creating value and giving people something to support, because nobody is obligated to support you. You're obligated to give people a reason to. Your job is to give people a reason to support you. You got to find out. You got to be creative. Find a way to make it happen. You can do it. Believe in yourself. You didn't start this business for no reason. You didn't start this idea for no reason. Make it happen. Make it count. Stick to the plan. Don't give up. Stay consistent. Don't be discouraged. Don't let things discourage you. Slow progress is better than no progress. Understand that. Tunnel vision. Stay locked in. On the other flip side of everything, once you figured everything out as far as staying consistent, showing up for yourself, showing up for your business, guess what's going to happen? All the quote unquote day one supporters are going to come out of nowhere with I always believed in you. I know you can do it. You the best. I've been watching you since you started. Everybody come out the woodworks acting like they been knew you. Like they was really watching you from the start. And if you was, why wasn't you supporting then? These are the questions you're going to be wondering. But that's just what it is. People will watch you before they support you. People will watch your page constantly before they like a photo, before they like a video. That's just what it is. And those ones that are just watching your page and not showing any type of interaction, those are the ones that's going to hit you with I remember when you did this. I remember when you first started. Then you got to sit to yourself and say, well, why wasn't you supporting? All right, y'all. So at the end of the day, you got to make sure, you got to understand whatever you're doing, it's nobody's job to start off with supporting you. It's your job to make them believe in you, to support you. And like I mentioned already before, doing that consists of being consistent, staying focused, staying locked in, not letting anything, discourage you, fight through adversity, and straight tunnel vision with it. You create these things to provide value, and you give people a reason to support you. Apply an emotional attachment behind whatever service you're showing. And this is how you reel people in. They're able to feel, not only just see it, but they feel it internally, what you're doing or what you're trying to portray. It's a different level. But guess what? You can do it. I believe in you. Believe in yourself. And, you got to understand, it's like with anything you try, there's ups and downs to it. But you have to stick forward. You have to stick to it. Stay locked in. And remember, every loss is not a loss. It's a learning experience. Because if whatever quote unquote loss you have, when you come across anything of that same nature, you know how to attack it now. You've seen the play already before. You know how to avoid it, or you know how to take it on head first if it comes your way again. You start over from experience, and that pushes you already at an edge. So just remember, nothing's going to be perfect. Nothing's going to be easy. But if you stick with it and you stay locked in and you stay focused, anything's possible. Anything's possible. But remember, nobody is obligated to support you, at least from the start. But if you do your part, those supporters will come. They will come. All right, y'all. We wrapping up day 9 of the 30-day challenge. And you know, we are still moving and grooving. And I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you're new to the family, like I said earlier, you know, welcome. Stick with it. We are going up. We are on the road to 500 subscribers and counting. And you know, that's just the first milestone. We're going up after that. We're going up now. We're getting those YouTube plaques, the silver, the gold. We are gonna be fully monetized. We are. And you're being a part of this. You've been watching since day one. And even if you just started joining in at day 7 or day 9, day whatever, make sure you watch all the episodes so that you can catch up and see how I went from day 1 to day 30 and what my progress is. Because by day 30, cha-ching, cha-ching, we're going to get there. And if there's any hiccups on the way, we're going to come back to the drawing board and figure it out. But best believe we're going to get there. And y'all going to be a part of it. But all right, y'all, like I said, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If y'all have any questions, you know, revolving around day 9 or any questions for me in general, leave them down below in the comments. And, you know, y'all do what it do. I'm going to see y'all on day 10 of the 30-day challenge. All right, y'all be good. Y'all be easy. Stay locked in. Stay focused. And just remember, nobody's obligated to support you. You got to give them something to support. It's on you. Appreciate y'all. See y'all at day 10. Peace.